Hi everyone, this is Chris. Sorry it's a little noisy, but yeah, this is Chris from Let's Grow Veganic, where yeah, this is my first video, so I'm not used to being in front of the camera. But yeah, I figured just get out and do a little video while I'm out doing a bit of gardening. I was gonna pick some beans tonight to make for dinner, but yeah, there's a few people I've thought about showing the garden, and I figured, hey, I've been thinking about doing a little YouTube video. Had the channel name for quite a while, so here we go. So I'll just do a little tour of the backyard garden area, and maybe I'll even show some of the side yard and front yard too. So let's see. You have to excuse my poor camera work, but yeah, in front of me here we got garden beds that I revamped this spring. I had them for the last, I think, about 3 years or so, where I did this like U-shaped garden. But this spring I took a Learn Veganic permaculture course. So big shout out to Megan and Stefan. You guys are awesome, and it was a great course. Learned a lot. Still got more to learn too. But yeah, this year I got a bigger range of perennial plants, some biannual plants, and annuals. And I'm hoping to each year, getting even more perennials each year. But in front of me here, we have a chive plant. It's perennial. We got some beans for some good nitrogen fixing. I'm not going to explain everything. I'll just quickly, I don't want it to be too long of a video for the first one. We got some tomatoes. Oh, and I decided to, I've got an arch trellis over there, which I'll show right now, just like a green mass, but I'll go through it later. But I tied these strings to it up to my cedar hedge so that I could run string lines to get a lot more stuff growing vertically. So let's see, I got some comfrey that I cut back, and it's already growing back. I just cut it back about a week ago. Yeah, mostly got beans and tomatoes mixed for this first part. I got some Egyptian walking onions, and let's see, more chives, some more Swiss chard. Oh, and we got some potatoes that came up on their own from, I guess, mixed in with compost. I didn't plant them, but I got quite a few different spots where potatoes, and figured I'd just let them go. I got more tomatoes. Let's see, more incredibly small cherry tomatoes, but they're coming along. More beans and tomatoes. Oh, and this section, not everything's done back here, by the way. I got a blueberry plant here that I got 3 blueberry plants from a lady for $10, so that's pretty awesome. This one's doing pretty good. This one, it's doing okay. She was saying it never produced much, so I'm hoping that I can bring it back to life, but a lot of it's a little dead looking. And then here I got raspberry plants that I had people give me. I did have garlic growing in here that I just harvested this last weekend. That's why it's pretty bare looking. Next year, I'm not sure what I'll do in this next year, but anyways, got some more comfrey I just cut back last weekend. Let's see, we got more asparagus that transplanted late spring. I think it was even, I want to say early May. So this clump looks like it survived and growing. Hoping to get some asparagus from it next year. And let's see, more comfrey, Swiss chard. My wife really likes Swiss chard. I like it too. Oh yeah, and this is my rhubarb plant that is doing amazing, and we've already harvested so much from it. Last year was its first year for it, so this perennial plant has come back like amazingly. And it's actually shocking how much we've harvested from it already this year. Probably due to harvest some more. It's getting out of control, but in a good way. Anyhow, let's see. Over here we have the arch trellis section. Try to get this in. And we got lots of pumpkins growing here, lots of beans. Um, so the variety in here isn't the biggest, I do have to admit, but it is pretty cool seeing all these pumpkins and beans. Walking through it, it's one of my favorite things. I would pumpkin leaves are kind of spiky, but still, it's pretty cool. Um, and then not really part of the garden, but there's this tree that when I bought the place, it was in the garden, and my wife convinced me to leave it in place. So I did, but you know what? It doesn't produce fruit or anything, but the bees absolutely love it. It's a Rose of Sharon hibiscus. Yeah, so this garden bed here, not a lot going on here. There is some lettuce that actually hasn't quite bolted yet, which I'm quite surprised. Um, yeah, we got a little bit of beets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and there's lots of, I forgot to say on this side, yeah, there's potatoes, kale, and there's some strawberries. I got strawberries planted pretty much on the southern side of both of the mounds quite a bit, and hoping that next year they'll spread more. They've already spread a fair bit this year. And yeah, so that's kind of this section. I'll go back over here. So yeah, oh yeah, I should point out, yeah, you can already see there's some pumpkins already growing. Oh yeah, here's one here. So lots of beans too. Um, where is, oh yeah, these ones here, the Hilda Romano beans, my absolute favorite. I was so worried that early in the year a lot of them died because in BC, yes, we have wet weather, and especially in the spring, but this spring was absolutely crazy wet, crazy cold, lasted a long time, so it was a pretty delayed start. But yeah, so lots of pumpkins. They're smaller, what are they called? They're sweet sugar pumpkins, yeah. So anyways, haven't turned orange yet, but they will. Yeah, that's probably the biggest one so far. We got a couple more over there. There is some more strawberry plants hiding there. This bed, for example, is like the least of the. This one's was mostly a ground level bed. You can't see the wooden frame around it, but yeah, all of the garlic that I had planted in here pretty much failed. I guess it just wasn't draining as well as the other beds. Everything else seems to be growing in here, but with the very wet spring, all 12 of the bulbs, they rotted out completely. This bed, just this weekend, I pulled the garlic from, almost a monoculture, which I won't be doing that again. I did have some peas growing in here too, which are still growing. Some have died off, and a couple other like flowering plants. Got another comfrey plant. And this, my wife kind of did all these flowers around here, which is great for the bees. We planted some strawberries in there this year. This year's like the year for strawberries for us. We had some kale from last year that we let go to seeds, so we're actually going to save the seeds from that. A lot of them are actually ready for saving, I think. We got an onion that, I believe it's an onion that randomly was growing in there, probably from some of the compost. Some more peas. Got a fig plant. I think it's my son's friend left a little stuffed mouse in there. But anyways, this fig plant I thought died for sure this year. Obviously it's not, but you can see where like the old dead growth was. But if you go down, way down here, we've got some kale that has been attacked. But you can see where all this new growth, and I actually had to cut off the top because it was growing so tall that I want it to be a bit of a stronger plant. And this side shoot, once it gets to that same level, I'm going to cut it off too, so that it can be a stronger tree for the long haul. Um, all of these trees, yeah, that's a Stella fig, and then we got a persimmon tree. Can't remember the name of the variety right now, but yeah, we got kale growing in there too. We had peas in there, like growing quite a bit. They were actually taller than the trees, all three of these trees in pots. It's just peas, it's too hot. They've probably cut the last of them down. Didn't pull out the roots, leaving the roots in there to help with the nitrogen fixation. Yeah, then we got, I had some garlic growing in there. We got some strawberries. I got some Jerusalem artichokes growing in pots. Um, my friend that gave them to us, theirs are growing in the ground, or at least probably close to 3 times the size. So, but I've never even tasted Jerusalem artichokes, so I figured I'd just grow some and see if I like them. And if we like them, probably will still do them in pots because I heard they're very invasive and they'll take over. So we'll see. You have to excuse some of my yard is still a bit of a mess here. I've been expanding the wood chips. You can see I got some more cardboard, but I was doing cardboard, wood chips, so I still have this area to do. I've got a very sad pear tree that I was given that looks diseased. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it, but I'm gonna have to look into that some more. And I got a greenhouse this year, so we'll do a quick little tour of this. See, I got this very late in the year, so I didn't have time to get any garden beds going, so I did these banana box beds is what I'm calling them. Got some soil in there and a lot of hay. These tomato plants, it was quite a hot day. These ones look like they need some more water, but yeah, we got tomatoes, cucumbers. I still got to string up a lot. I've only got those strings so far, and yeah, so not, oh yeah, and some peppers. There's some peppers in there, and there's some more peppers here. Let's see if we can see. So there's one. So yeah, and then oh yeah, I got banana plants. That bigger one is a dwarf Cavendish. It would be so awesome if it fruits this year. I don't know if it will, but I've got a bunch of little baby ones. They've actually been a little bit of a money maker. And then I've also got a Musa Basju, which is more commonly known as Japanese fiber banana. Mostly I have these as kind of a hobby and to sell. I've not made tons of money, but I've made more money selling bananas than I have selling anything else so far. So I've also got some watermelon and cantaloupes that are extremely late starting, but the first ones I started in the spring died, so I had some seeds and I got the greenhouse going, so I thought, you know what, let's just see if maybe the greenhouse might pull a miracle and maybe we'll get a baby-sized watermelon or cantaloupe by the end. And if not, well, they were seeds I had laying around. So, and then I've got my compost pile. It's a hot compost. Actually, I've got my thermometer in it. I started this pile last week. I was gonna flip it today, but it's a big batch I did all at once. And you can see it is currently in Fahrenheit 148 degrees, and I'd say around 65, maybe 64 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty good. It's definitely hot. It's decomposing at a fast rate. All this hay I bought for $4 a bale. The farmer's he's like, oh, it dried out too much. That's why I'm selling it for cheap. Animals won't eat it, but you know what? Plants will love it. Anyways, I'll continue the video and do a part 2 showing the side yard and the front yard. So, anyways, that's the garden. Oh yeah, there's the kids' treehouse. Oh yeah, we got some strawberries with yeah, some hairy vetch plants in there too. Give a little nitrogen boost to the. They're very small planters, so just trying to do anything I can to give them a little boost. All right, that was probably, oh my goodness, 15 minutes long. Whoever watched this all the way to the end, sorry. My next video, I'll make sure I'll keep shorter, even though I tried to with this one, but I do tend to ramble, so I'm gonna have to get the editing skills down pat. So I hope you enjoyed my first video. Let's see if I actually upload it.